There's an issue as to who Barbados will welcome and who it will not welcome. Well, I want to say that as long as I am Prime Minister of this nation, we welcome all, everyone. And that this country that has been forged, regrettably, in the bowels of discrimination, cannot now want to discriminate against anybody for any reason. All must breathe. All must breathe in this world. All must breathe in this country. And to that extent, Mr. Speaker, the incident which, and we get it, there are difficult discussions that we must have as a nation, and now is not the time to have those discussions. But what I do know is that the member for St. Peter has a bill before this honourable chamber that says that there shall be no discrimination on any grounds in the workplace. And that debate will probably start later today. No discrimination on the grounds of race. No discrimination on the grounds of age. No discrimination on the grounds of color. No discrimination on the grounds of gender. No discrimination on the grounds of sexual orientation. And the people that want to put us in a box that will allow people to be discriminated against for any reason, Mr. Speaker, that is not who we are. We are not that person. We are not that person. And we've never been. You know, the irony is that this country has welcomed people for decades and centuries without being that person. This country has made people feel comfortable. And I am not going to be part of any communication that suggests that Barbados is trying to be half of who or what it is, and that we are sponsoring discrimination or phobias of any type, Mr. Speaker. And I say so, therefore, conscious that the bill which is now before this House will not in any way, and for us to recognize that a person has a partner is not for us ourselves to be doing anything else, but we will also have the discussion in the context of COVID as to whether it is acceptable for us to discriminate against that boy or girl out there in laws of administration. Somebody dies. To whom does the house go? This is a country that recognizes unions other than a marriage because it said that you could not discriminate against people because of the fact that there was a union other than a marriage, because more than 70% of the people born in this country come from what? Come from unions other than a marriage. This is the parliament that said that the notion of calling someone an outside child or calling someone a bastard, it must be removed from our language. This is the country that said that because you were the first child of a man that subsequently, or a woman that subsequently married, that you should not be precluded or excluded from inheriting any part of the estate. This is a country that now has a female head of state representing another female head of state, a female head of government. This is a country that is wanting to say, look, it is not mine to judge. It really is not mine to judge. That is for the Lord. That is for you and your God, whoever that God is. But what we do know is this, that the laws of the land must not act as a scourge on the lives of human beings. The laws of this land must not act as an inhibitor to opportunity for our citizens. We are going to bury next week a man of distinguished and impeccable capacity, a man whose talents are recognized globally, but who, when he was born, did not have any claim to any particular station in life. Are we now to say that he is not and was not to have been welcome in certain places because of the color of his skin or because of the absence of pedigree according to class by those who feel that they are landed gentry? What would have happened to the world if we didn't have Everton Weeks? What would happen to the world if they lost the genius of Sir Garfield Sobers, our national hero, because of the station of his birth? Or Rihanna, who grew up in Westbury Road? Let us get real. And I pray things happen for a reason. The world is finding itself coming to grips with this issue of discrimination because of the horror of the knees of a man on the neck of another man. And I deliberately put it that way because I didn't say the knees of a black man or a white man, or the neck of a black man or a white man. Because once I say the knees of a man or the neck of a man, all of us know instinctively it is wrong. It is wrong. And irrespective of what color you put as an adjective before, it is still wrong. And if you put another adjective, it is still wrong. In an earlier debate today, I had cause to quote Tanya Stephens, and you will begin to believe that I am a fan of Tanya Stephens. Yes, I am. But the other song that you need to go and listen is Do You Still Care? Do you care that the person who saved your life may have been queer? Do you care that the person who is now wanting to offer you blood may have been black? Do you care that the person who you may want now to help you in life get through is a woman? Do you care? And I, therefore, Mr. Speaker, use this opportunity to say that Barbados welcomes all. Barbados welcomes all. And it is not ours to judge. This country will in the near future have a conversation that flows naturally, not because of this bill, but really flows naturally. Flows naturally from all that we are doing. And we can't allow discrimination in the workplace. We can't. Because if we do it, we'll be no different from the overseer who discriminated against our grandmother and our great-grandmother. We'll be no different from the massa who ensured that families were separated when he didn't like the response of the person to whom he spoke. And that all of a sudden, the penalty for what he viewed as insubordination was to separate you from your family and sell you, not sometimes even locally, but over and away, to make sure that that separation was as permanent as it could possibly be. Mr. Speaker, this country will have those conversations, not this morning.